What do we think about art challenges? Are they good for your art or not? I recently joined 30 Faces 30 Days, which is a challenge with a different lesson each day with a different teacher on watercolor portraits. You know, I love painting portraits and I wanted to improve my watercolor portraits. And this was my first good reason to join this art challenge. My main goal was to improve, and to improve you need to practice, because practice makes, no, not perfect, practice makes improvement, especially in art. So if you have a commitment, like a daily prompt, you feel compelled to do it. Maybe a prompt per day is a bit too much. It depends on your daily life aside art. Do you have a lot of work outside? Do you have children? Do you have, I don't know, a lot of things to do and you cannot make time for your art? Having a constraint like painting each day might be interesting. Well, I must say this challenge is very ambitious because it's 1 hour and a half a video each day with a different tutorial, and it's really difficult to keep up unless you have nothing else to do, which I don't, by the way. So I decided before beginning that I would not overwhelm myself with 30 paintings in 30 days. So I was sure I would not keep the distance if I wanted to have one challenge per day. Second good reason to join an art challenge is you have prompts that you wouldn't choose anyway. And it was the case. Some images I would have never chosen them. But it's interesting to try new things, so it forces you to think out of the box, out of your comfort zone, and this is very good. Even if I must say that some reference images, I really didn't want to paint them, so I skipped them. But I'm okay with that. What's interesting in this art challenge, specifically this one, is you have different teachers, so you have different techniques and you can learn a lot. And I would say especially in the beginning of the challenge, because when you have a teacher that is teaching 4 or 5 different portraits, at the first one you will learn a lot, at the 5th one I'm not so sure because it's always the same technique. And third good reason to join an art challenge is to help you shape your art style. I already talked about shaping and not finding your art style, and if you haven't seen this video, it's linked above. Painting all those portraits with watercolor, with different techniques, helped me really shape my watercolor portrait preferences. But I think the most important is to have fun, to enjoy yourself, to try new things. Like here, I'm playing with some droplets on the portrait, and to protect it, I just cut out the reference image because you know I trace, and I'm not ashamed to trace, as I said in this other video. Because right now, for this challenge, think about that. You have 1 hour and a half of video, so you have to watch the video first to see everything's going on. And it doesn't include the drawing most of the time. Then you have to draw, then you have to paint while watching the video again. So the total can be about 4 hours of work. No, I don't have 4 hours a day to spend on an art challenge, even if it's like professional training for me. month of challenge, I painted 20 portraits over the 30. And the 10 I didn't paint, it's a lot of dogs portraits. I don't want to have dogs portraits in my new sketchbook. This is just watercolor portrait sketchbook. Some portraits I really didn't want to paint. So I'm fine with it. I have learned what I wanted to learn, and this is new techniques in watercolor and refining my own palette, very important, and really shaping my watercolor portraits. This one I found out that I like the turquoise color in portraits. I think it gives a very fresh look to all the portraits. But I don't like making hair this way. It's too harsh, too defined. Here I found out that I like a messy background. And also when the background is coming inside, the shape. I know I love multicolor portraits, so a blue reflection is really cool, but this is a bit too boring for me. The colors are a bit too realistic. This one I like it better with all the greens and the pinks, and also I like harsh brush strokes with watercolor. It's really fun. And here, okay, this one I don't like it at all, and I think it's because it's too blended. Aside from being a reference image I would have never picked, never, ever. But I don't like it with the soft edges. I prefer this one with the hard edge and the fresh colors. So I think I have something with the colors. A bit too boring. I like some blue in the face, I think. Oh, this one I hate it. Really hate it. It's... no. Don't like the reference image, and this has nothing to do here. So I don't like when it's too blurry, too blended. I don't like the hair. Well, go away. This one, yes. A lot of colors, and still the turquoise is coming outside again, and a bit of white gouache on top. Yeah, I love this one. And half a background is interesting, and leaving untouched the paper. Yeah, I don't use drawing gum. I don't like it. This technique was really fun. It's very stylized, so I followed the lesson for this one and I made this one on myself, except the face color are a bit boring. All right, those two, they have the same color combo. It's quinacridone magenta and phthalo blue. It depends on how much of it you give in your mix. I don't like the reference image, but I like the results, and this is the other way around. I like the reference image and I don't like the result. So, too defined, too blurry. I like something in between, or a mix of both. This is too detailed, not enough detail, so I think if I could merge them. All right, this one is interesting. Not so sure about it, but I catched his fierce, strong expression, and I'm happy with it. This one, meh, but I didn't like the image as well, and I was testing the GOUACHE watercolor, and if you want to watch that, you have the link in the description. Monochromatic, no, that's a no for me, and no. Don't like it. This one is very strong with the shadows, the glasses. I usually don't like much painting handmade objects, man-made objects. It's too strong, I think. And especially here, the glasses are really hard. Okay, it works, but meh. This one, I love it. Love this color combo with lemon yellow. This is turquoise with lemon yellow and magenta, a bit of purple. And yeah, a bit blurry, a bit defined. My fave, I think. So I wanted to keep this palette for this one, but it's a bit too strong. It should be softer here. She looks a bit like a monkey, so don't want that. This one, meh. The reference image is gorgeous, but I couldn't catch the softness of it. I think I don't have the level to paint that. And those two, yes. This one is very cute, subtle, but still fine. And this one, I got back with the turquoise because I know that in my watercolor portrait style, there is turquoise. There is a mix of harsh and soft edges. There is a mix of blurry, kind of let the watercolor do the job and define parts, but not too much. And a lot of colors, because no, but yes. A bit of blue would have been perfect. So now what I need to do is take this sketchbook, which is not exactly half filled. I need to finish it, and it will take me a long time because I'm painting on both sides of the sketchbook, but I'm confident I can do it because it really gave me the urge to paint more watercolor portraits. So I'm not painting much gouache portraits at the same time because I cannot be everywhere. Beware with these art challenges to not burn out. So be gentle to yourself. If you feel it's too much, take a break and even set it aside and take it someday later or never. That's fine. It's just, I see that just like another tool that I can use to move forward in my art journey. So as every tool, use it or don't. It depends on you. Just that if you paid for something, it's good if you can use it. And you, are you following art challenges? I hope you're following my garden challenge because it's just a weekly prompt, so you're not overwhelmed and you have plenty of time to do it.